The 5 best proprioceptive exercises to improve your balance and walking. Hi, I'm Doug. I've been a physical therapist for 30 years, and I specialize in helping people with balance problems learn to walk again. These are the 5 best exercises that I use to help people improve their proprioception, walking, and balance. To do heel-to-toe walking, you want to have one hand on a countertop. Then you're going to walk heel-to-toe, which means walk so that the heel of the foot that's forward touches the toe of the foot that's behind. So it looks like you're walking on a tightrope. Now, some people find that it's easier to have a tape line or some kind of mark on the ground to walk along to help them walk heel to toe, but you don't have to have that. You can simply walk with your heel of the forward foot touching the toe of the backward foot. The goal of this exercise is to walk 3 to 4 steps in each direction without holding the countertop, repeating that 3 times. So walking heel to toe in one direction, 3 steps, turn around the other direction, repeating that process 3 times without holding the countertop. Now, in the beginning, you're probably going to be holding the countertop the entire time, and that's fine. That's how we regain our balance. We challenge ourselves. What you want to do is, after you get some confidence, is start to let go of the countertop occasionally. Then try to let go of the countertop more and more. Maybe as you take each step, try to let go and only grab on if you lose your balance. You need to struggle to do this without holding the countertop at all, but you have to progress to that. So it's perfectly fine if you touch the countertop in the beginning, but the more you practice it, the more you should be letting go. With one hand on the countertop, you're simply going to walk backwards. This just means walking like you normally do forward, one foot in front of the other, but you're only going to be moving backwards. You should only go 2 to 3 steps because you don't want to get away from your countertop. After you go 2 to 3 steps, you're going to turn around and walk in the other direction 2 to 3 steps with your hand on the countertop. Now, the goal of this exercise is to walk 2 to 3 steps in both directions, repeating that 3 times without holding the countertop. But in the beginning, you're going to find that you're going to have to grab the countertop every so often. In fact, the first few times you do this, you may be holding the countertop the entire time. Over time, your balance will get better and you can let go of the countertop more and more. You want to work towards the goal of being able to let go of the countertop the entire time that you're walking backwards. With both hands on the countertop, you want to shift your weight over one leg, lifting the other leg off the ground, and then try to let go of the countertop, balancing for as long as you can. So you want to do the right leg and then shift over to the left leg. And you keep repeating it. The goal of this exercise is to do it for 20 seconds on each leg 3 times in a row. So that means standing on the right leg for 20 seconds, repeating that 3 times without holding the countertop, and then do it on the left leg 3 times for 20 seconds without holding the countertop. In the beginning, you're going to be holding the countertop quite a bit. In fact, most people, when they do this exercise, find that they can only stand for 1 second, maybe not even a full second, before they have to grab back on. Don't let that discourage you. Most people have trouble with this exercise. The reason they have trouble is because they're not fully shifting their weight over the leg they're standing on. If you find that you can't do this for even 1 second, I'm almost positive it's because you're not shifting your weight. So what you want to do is grab the countertop with both hands and fully shift your weight over one leg. You should feel balanced when you do this. When you fully shift, you're going to get to a place where you feel that it's a little bit easier to stand there. That's when you want to let go of the countertop and try to maintain that position. To do sidestepping safely, you just need something secure to walk next to. You can use a countertop, you can use the back of a couch, you can even use a couple of chairs turned around backwards. The important thing is to have something that's secure next to you so that you can steady yourself in case you lose your balance. Now, there's 2 ways to do sidestepping. The first is just on level ground, practice stepping to the side. So you want to take 2 to 3 steps in one direction and then 2 to 3 steps in the other direction. Now at first you can hold on to whatever you're using to stabilize yourself. But as time goes by, you want to start letting go of it. Let your hands sort of hover over that. The goal with this exercise is to do it 3 times in a row without holding on in each direction. The hardest part about this exercise is advancing your leg. Lifting one leg off the ground and bringing it out to the side is very difficult. Now, as you get better at this exercise, there is a way to make it harder. You want to practice stepping over something. So you want to put an object on the ground. I would pick something that's about 3 to 4 inches tall and about 3 to 4 inches wide. Now with both feet on one side of this, you're going to practice stepping over it to the right, and then once both feet are on the right side, you're going to practice stepping over it to the left. Now again, you want to hold on to something to steady yourself at first. But as time goes by, your goal is to do this 3 times in both directions without holding on. Sidestepping is a great exercise to improve your proprioception, your balance, and your strength. Proprioception is the awareness of where your body is in space. It's the awareness of where your arms and legs are without you looking. The best ways to improve proprioception is to do a balanced, challenging activity, especially one where you have to put your foot in a certain place. And sidestepping does just that. When you step to the side, you have to place your foot in a specific location so that you can do the exercise properly. So doing this over and over actually improves the awareness of where your leg is in space. Sidestepping also improves your balance because it's a balanced, challenging activity. When you step to the side, you have to lift your leg off the ground and then place it away from your body out to the side. And that's very difficult. It's an excellent way to challenge your balance. But lastly, it also improves your strength because you have to spend a lot of time on one leg. That means that all of your body weight is going to be focused on one leg while you balance and put your other leg in the right position. This definitely acts as a strengthening exercise. And the more you repeat this, the better you'll get. I recommend doing these exercises for 5 minutes twice a day, every day, until you can do it without holding on. For many people, it might take a few weeks and even a month of doing this before you're able to do it without holding on. But in all the clients that I've worked with, I've always seen people improve if they persistently do this exercise. To do this exercise, you want to be standing and holding onto the countertop. And what you're going to do is raise up like you're raising up onto your toes. Some people call it raising on their tippy toes. You want to rise up, stand on your toes for 1 or 2 seconds, and then come back down to the ground. You want to repeat this 10 times in a row. So the goal of this exercise is to be able to do it 3 sets of 10 reps. That means doing it 10 times, then pausing for about a minute, then doing it 10 more times, then pausing for a minute and doing it 10 times. 3 sets of 10. But it's perfectly fine when you begin this exercise just to do a few repetitions. A lot of people are going to try this and find that they can only go up and down maybe 1 or 2 times. That's fine. Do 3 sets of 1 or 2 times. What you want to try to do is build up. Each time you do the exercise, try to do 1 more repetition or 2 more repetitions. The goal is 3 sets of 10, but it may take you a few weeks to reach that goal. Proprioception is the awareness of where your arms and legs are in space. It's also the awareness of where your body is in space. What happens as we get older is we stop practicing balance exercises. We stop challenging ourselves. And in doing that, we lose the ability to know where our arms and legs are in space or where our whole body is. It turns out that that sense, the awareness of where you are in space, is very important in having a coordinated movement. If you don't know where your leg is in space, it's much harder to be able to move it smoothly. So practicing these types of activities can improve your proprioception, which in turn improves your balance and walking. I hope you found this video helpful. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel.